Me, Jules, and a load of really good mates are going to throw a proper Christmas party. And it's kind of the only time of year when all our mates come together in one place to have a little bit of a boogie, right? Andy's sorted out this place, which is quite cool. I mean, it's a bit cold, but we'll sort it out. Another mate's done the graffiti, so it's like, you know, getting in the old festive vibe. Andy and Jeffro have gone down the road to get a hire van, yeah, because we're going to go to Calais and stock up with loads of booze with the old whip money. And I'm going to knock up a bit of brunch, get fired up for France, mate. Should be a laugh. So I'm going to do this nice little sort of like brunchy snack, and it's a bit like kind of an excuse to have a good fry-up, really. I've got some salad, and I've got some ciabatta here. I don't know, I'm kind of thinking like, you know, not quite breakfast, but sort of like edging on to sort of like lunchtime, you know, Sunday morning, you've had a nice lay-in. What I'm going to do is make rustic sort of croutons. I hate those croutons which are perfectly square and deep-fried. Horrible, horrible things. Get rid of your crusts. And just sort of rip them into sort of like finger-size sort of like strips. Just rip it sort of naturally with the bread. So you just tear them up. And then I've got... Get all my stuff out. Got some streaky bacon, dry cured smoked bacon, and it's good stuff. And lay this over like this. All that smoky flavour goes into the croutons. Just only want a little bit of olive oil just to loosen it up a bit. And you just sort of toss it up, and you just want to lay the bacon so it's on the top, and that way the fat sort of drips out onto the bread, and it's going to be nice and crispy and smoky, and that'll be beautiful in your salad. So, oven's on full whack. About 5 minutes, 6 minutes until the bacon goes crispy, and the bread's gone crispy as well. Got that kettle boiling. Got some nice big free-range eggs, about 4. You can do as many as you like, really. Let's just get this water in there. And then we're going to boil them for about... If you can set your alarm clock at about 4 minutes, 50 seconds, and that's nice and soft for a large egg. That's a nice subtle watch you got there now. So, bread's in, bacon's in, eggs are on. I've got some salads, and it's just one of those mixed bags. I've just got little bits of like oat leaf, cos, rocket, some herbs and stuff like that. So when you think like warm salad, you've got to think like, you know, the crispy bacon, crispy like bread, you know, nice crunchy salad leaves, and then a nice soft boiled egg just split on top. Beautiful, do you know what I mean? Have a look at this. Lovely. I've got some nice, it's all gone crispy. The whole thing about warm salads is that it's like one of those things you've got to get right, like a good pasta. Like, you can't just like, you know, put the hot things, like if I put this in there now, it would start wilting the salad leaves. Here we go. Give them a little drain. And then just put a bit of cold water over them, just so you can get your hands around them a little bit. And you just want to peel these little darlings. Well, you have to be a bit more delicate, because they're softly boiled. You can't roll them around and muck about with them too much. You have to be quite careful. And I just want to get a plate. Here we go. Right. So, I want to dress my salad, just a little bit of olive oil, just enough to coat, just a little squeeze of lemon. And you just want to toss that up, get it nicely dressed, and then, and just put this in. And you can smell it, it's nice. You toss in your bacon and your crispy bread, so you get a nice handful of that in the middle of a plate. I like that. Nice bit of bacon.
A healthy version of a fry-up.
Kind of, yeah. Then you get your egg, you plonk it on top, and you pierce it with a knife, and just open them up. Look at that, beautiful. And it just sort of melts everywhere. And just stab it and just open it up. Yeah, and that's how a warm salad should be. Right at the last minute, a little bit of salt and pepper. That sounds like Andy. Parmesan. You just want to shave over some parmesan. And then you're laughing. That is a beautiful little like warm salad, and it's great for those little sort of brunchy sort of meals. Let me get you a fork. Beautiful. Tuck into that, sweet pea. What do you think?
Very good.
A little bit more grown up, a bit more sensible, but you know, there's always a time and a place.
Hey Jay, I'm in there. Where's mine? How are you?
Much hungry boy?
Excellent, excellent.
You made us
What have you got here?
Don't do
On
that.
the tray.
Undo your sandwich. Swap it in here.
Go on. Look at that.
Your eggs. Here we go.
Lovely, mate.
How much wine are you buying?
Oh, we're going to get loads.
Oh, it's got loads.
Copious
It's got loads.
Here, big boy.
Thank you.
Here we go.
Oh, we've put some for time. We've really got to move.
Right, come on, mate.
All right.
See you later.
Take care.
Bye, Pat.
Right, gorgeous girl. I've got some beautiful fish here. Quite frankly, party food can be really, really naff, yeah? But I've got some really simple little dishes. And I'm going to make these beautiful monkfish skewers. Here we go. I've got 2 fillets of monkfish, nice and fresh. Got the fishmonger to just take the skin off. So get your knife and just cut along the length of your monkfish. And you want to get kind of nice 2 centimetre sort of cubes. Pretty simple, just chop them up. So I've diced up my fish and got some bread. You can use ciabatta or whatever you got, but I'm just going to take the crusts off, just like that. And we want to kind of mimic the same size as the fish. Slice it up again. It's best to use stale bread if possible. Now, what I want to do is just kind of... you can use cocktail sticks or kebab sticks or whatever. I'm going to use these rosemary sticks and just strip them off like that. Got some garlic in here, a couple of cloves. Keep the skins on. You just want to bash it up. A little bit of olive oil. Now, this is kind of like a marinade for the fish and for the bread. And if you imagine that on a skewer, cooking together, it's really going to kind of... When that lovely white sort of juice comes out the fish, it will go straight into the bread. So it's going to be dead tasty stuff. Just sprinkle that over your fish and your bread. So just mix these up. Here we go. Now, get your little skewers like this, right? And you get a little bit of monkfish, and you just skewer it through like that. And then you've got a nice little bit of bread, then a bit of fish. You know, the sticks are quite good for skewering them out. They also flavour it from the inside, which is nice. And you do this 3 times, 3 bits of bread, 3 bits of fish, right? And that's nice. I mean, that's kind of handheld, it's kind of nice. So...
What else have you got to do today?
Well, not much really. I mean, we've got a couple of little dishes to do. We've got the missus and the girls turning up to do the decorations. I'll probably help them get the tree up and stuff like that. But it's pretty simple. I mean, we've got to turn this horrible old room into something a bit special. A couple of nice munchies, some terrible French beer. Sweet! Now, where things start getting really sexy is just get some streaky bacon. You hold up your kebab. You just put your finger at one end and hold it. Just wrap it around and around and around, just like that. Beautiful, right? When that cooks, yeah, the smoky bacon will go crispy. It'll all, like, exchange flavours, and it's still nice and handheld, and it looks tasty, you know? So, there we go. They're going to love it. So I'll cook a couple of these off now, just so you can have a little taste, me old darling. We're going to cook everything on tin foil, so there's hardly anything to wash up. Oven's on full whack. Just plonk that in there. Put these onto there. You can hear them starting cooking already. And they're just like posh kebabs, they look nice. They take about 5 minutes to cook. And, you know, that's the kind of cooking we want on a night like this. While they're cooking, I'll just do a few more. Here we go.
So if you're going to do this for a dinner party, you'd do much bigger
Yeah,
skewers.
do it about 1 inch square. And you'd roast it off for about 10, 12 minutes, nice and fast. And that with a nice, like, green salad and some, like, you know, like anchovy and rosemary and lemon sauce, you know. Bash up some anchovies, lemon juice, olive oil, mix it up. Really, really, really simple and really nice, you know. I mean, you can use any white fish you like, but to be honest, you can do little combos of fish. You can do just fish. You know, you can kind of mix sort of like mozzarella, bread and fish. You can kind of do all sorts of things. Lovely. Here we go, darling. So we've got these. And the boys can add to this later, right?
They look very pretty.
And they're quite happy to sit there for sort of like a day, really, until the night when you want to cook it. Yeah! Look at that. So, got beautiful little kebabs, yeah? Nice and crispy, really tasty. You get them all done, get a nice stack of them, and you take them around the room, and everyone goes, "Oh, what's that, Jamie?" You say, "It's a kebab, darling." And you walk off, and then you watch them. They taste so nice, do you know what I mean? And maybe a little bit of lemon, or you could have a little bit of balsamic vinegar, maybe a little bit of olive oil. Look at that. Yeah!
That looks very sweet.
Go on, take the plate, darling. Here we go, tuck into that. Good, isn't it? Right, so I'm going to do some party pudding. And basically, it's a really simple dessert. It's an Italian dish called cannoli siciliana. A cannoli is one of these biscuits. You can get these in delis, supermarkets, on the posh shelf. Let me show them. They're basically pasta, which is fried, and they like turn them into these beautiful little biscuits. So you can stuff this with various different fillings. But I'm going to do one of the most classic ones with ricotta. Look at that. That is beautiful. That's a kilo of ricotta. It's a great cheese that you can use for pastas and dessert. You know, it's a little crumbly and creamy. You're on about 500 grams of ricotta, which is normally like 2 tubs if you're getting it from the supermarket. And I want to just sweeten this, yeah? All you need is about 3 tablespoons of icing sugar. And funnily enough, it completely transforms it into being quite custardy and sort of, you know, sort of quite Mr. Whippy, do you know what I mean? Give it a little whiz. I'm going to get rid of this cheese, get it in the fridge, because the boys are going to finish this off. I just want to put like 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, not the essence, it's like extract, so that's the nice stuff. Lovely. When you've whizzed it up, when it's gone nice and shiny, what you want to do is just get all of that into your bowl, every last bit. What we need to do is we need to flavour this cheese. And one of the things they do very well in Italy is like glacé fruits. Look at these. We've got pineapple, figs, cherries, mandarins, all sorts of things. We used to do it a lot.
I've seen it chopped in the supermarket.
Yeah, the stuff that's pre-chopped ain't really that good. You want to get the stuff that's still in its kind of like natural form and chop it up yourself, and you'll really notice a difference. Oi. Hello.
How's it going?
Yeah, good, babe. You all right?
Yeah. This looks nice.
Look at the size of that ball, darling.
Fantastic. Better get it strung up somewhere. I can't believe the size of that room. It's massive.
It's huge.
You got enough stuff? I've got some more
no,
stuff turning up as well.
We've got some more, but I just brought the basics.
Good stuff.
Crack on.
Can you bring some of that in for us?
You got the munchies again, girl? Yeah, George is like, you know she's like pregnant and that, right? Basically, like, she's got these terrible cravings. You know those little pots of, like, chopped up mint that you have with your roast lamb? In vinegar? Well, she has 1 jar of that neat a day with, like, a big pack of nachos. Disgusting, isn't it? So we got about 100 grams of glacé fruit there. I've got some pistachios here. Prick your pack. Just put them in a tea towel like this. And they're not salted, by the way. Here we go. So I've done much more than I need here. Just get a nice little handful, put them in there, and then I'm going to save these for later. I've got some more chocolate here, and you just want to bash that up. Just get all the little bits into there, and that's it, mate. So you just mix it up.
And what else could you put in?
You could put, I mean, a bit of orange zest in there. You could put a little swig of booze in there. Toasted almonds. You know, just do chocolate. You could do chocolate and coffee. You can do chocolate, orange and coffee. Anything you like, really. Right, what we want to do is fill these little biscuits. Get my tray. Some grease-proof. Now, you get some of your filling, and you just kind of push it into there like that. You don't have to pack it completely solid, because it's quite rich. If you can't find the cannoli biscuits, you can get like brandy snaps, which are basically completely different tasting, but the same sort of shape. It's just a little cheat if you can't find them. There you go. So just fill them up like this. It's pretty simple.
How far in advance can you make these?
You can make these like in the morning for the night, easily 4 or 5 hours before. Check my chocolate. It's nice and melted. So, I've basically just melted a load of nice, good cooking chocolate over some simmering water, tray and a rack. So all I do now, right, is I've got these filled biscuits, just plop them into the chocolate, give it a little shake, give it 15 minutes, the chocolate will harden. It's nice and Christmassy. They're gonna love that. Hey, boys!
Hey, Jamie.
How you doing, man? Are you starting already? How you doing, bro?
Sweet, man.
How you doing, big boy? You right? Yeah. I've just done a load of cannolis. I've just done some little monkfish skewers. Get a bit of a production line going. Yeah. You made this before, haven't you, Tiger?
Yeah, I've done that.
And big boy, rosemary garlic's over there. Everything else is in the fridge. Right. I'm going to go and do some decorations. I'll be back in a bit. I got this blinding dish, right, that I got the inspiration from Japan when I was over there. And it's this fantastic little thinly sliced bits of pork, right, that we kind of fill with this beautiful spicy plum sauce, roll them up, steam them, fantastic sort of finger food. And all I'm going to do is just roll these plums on the blade and just twist them like that. And then you have to just kind of get that pip out.
Do you think you ought to take your jacket off?
Yeah? Yeah, good point. Yeah, let's whip this off. I'll pull out my shirt just in case. If I get it dirty, I'll just tuck it in again. That'd be all right, wouldn't it? What I want to do is about 10 of these little darlings. Now, over here, I've got a pan on a low heat. I'm going to put 4 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, 2 star anise, and a couple of cloves. Give it a little shake, and that will start infusing into the oil. You want about 2 thumb-sized pieces of ginger, so that'll do us a treat. Just push these plums off. Peel the old fella. Here we go. And I'm just going to grate in this ginger. Cool. Good job I took the old jacket off, darling. Just give it a good old grate. Ginger in there. You can start smelling it a bit now, do you know what I mean? Lovely. So, we'll get some plums in there to stop it getting too hot. Just sort of chop them up quite nice and rough.
So where is everybody now?
They've all got to get changed. I've been left to guard the fort. We've got all of those plums in there. Give it a good old stir. Now, to get that whole sort of like sweet and sour vibe going, I've got some muscovado sugar, and you want about 2 sort of heaped tablespoons of sugar in there, just to give it that little edge, right? Just give it a nice little season with some salt. Give it a stir. And you can just put the smallest little splash of balsamic in there. I'd use a little bit of sort of like rice wine vinegar, yeah? Because balsamic vinegar is not exactly Japanese, but I haven't got it. And you can smell it straight away, do you know what I mean? It's going to be nice. It's nice, isn't it?
Yummy.
I know you're going to like this one. We just want to simmer it now, and we want to kind of cook it to sort of like a chunky kind of pulp. It might take 10 minutes, or it might take, you know, a little bit more. Now, I've got to show you this. Have you seen the old cannolis? Sweet! A mountain of them, mate. And over here, I've got a whole load of kebabs done. We're pretty much rocking and rolling. I've got this fantastic pork. I've got half the work done for me. As far as I'm concerned, that's what Christmas is about. Get as much done for you as possible. Check this out. It's a pork loin. I said to the butcher, I've ordered it the day before. I've got him to take the fat off and all the sinews, so you've got a beautiful sort of pork loin eye meat, yeah? And then at the end of the day, I asked him to slice it on his machine, because he wouldn't do it in the day, because he's got to keep washing it and stuff. But he'll slice it about as thick as bacon, which is about 3 millimetres thick. So you get a little slice like that. Let me show you. I'm going to steam it in one of these, which is like a bamboo steamer, yeah? You could do it in a normal steamer if you want. What I want to do is just throw over some finely sliced spring onions to give it that sort of crunch. Cut them in half, cut them sort of lengthways, right in the middle, and I just want to finely slice those, as thinly as you can. I'll put some spring onion in here, and then in here, I've got some coriander. Let's say I'll have half of that. So when the pork's cooked, I'm going to throw over some spring onions, throw over some coriander, and then I'll have a little bowl of like this, filled with soy sauce, and we'll put that in the middle. That's looking pretty damn good, look at that. Have a butcher's of that. It's got nice, deep red in colour. Nice, it's got that sort of, you know, sweet, sour, it's got that, you know, it's perfect. Just remove those little star anise and the cloves. There we go. Basically, we're left with a really nice sort of infused, fresh kind of plum sauce. Slice up this coriander. And Bob's your uncle.
What else could you use that sauce for, that chutney?
Oh, it's brilliant. I mean, they have this with a bit of roasted pork, mate, and some crackling and some roast potatoes. Beautiful. So let me show you how to do these pork rolls, right? Get a spoon. This is the easy bit. You get a little spoonful of our stuff here. We just plop it on like that. And just a little blob, about sort of like half a tablespoon. Oh, my Sam. And you can see the colour, it's so rich. And then we just smear it a little bit with a spoon. Here we go. All we have to do then is just roll these up, and you get that beautiful pork with the plums in there. Because it's so thinly sliced, you won't need to cook it for very long, probably 10 minutes.
Amazing that you can steam meat.
Yeah, as long as you do it with a bit of common sense, because we've got no fat or sinews on that pork, it's just pure, tender meat, so it needs a little bit of steaming on a gentle, gentle steam, and it will be beautiful. I've got a pan here, and I'm just going to put about 1 centimetre of water into the pan and bring it to the boil. Put our steamer on top, give it about 10 minutes. Another thing done, got one more thing to do, and we're laughing, mate. don't even really want to call this a recipe. And it's so simple. I've got some smoked salmon here. Get the old salmon out. And just lay it over the plate. We can just tear some of them up if we want. And just lay them over like this. So, here we go. Get yourself a cucumber, right old big one like that. Give it a good old wash. Give it a peel and keep peeling it. And you end up with lovely little strips like that. And we're not interested in the core, the kind of watery stuff. Just want the nice green flesh and the skin. The nice thing about cucumber and smoked salmon is that it's quite nice and crunchy and sort of refreshing, which is nice with that sort of smoked, silky salmon. You get some of this and you just lay and drape it all over the smoked salmon. You can just let people tuck in, have some nice toast, a bit of olive oil, let them scoop up and have their own little bit. Or you can do little individual ones with smoked salmon and cucumber wrapped around each other. But, you know, keep it simple, I say. Once you've...
Starter on Christmas Day or something.
Lovely little starter on Christmas Day, yeah. So, what I want to do is suspend lemon juice in some creme fraiche. I'm going to get a bowl. Here we go. You want about 2 big tablespoons of creme fraiche. Got a lemon and here we go. Get your grater. You just want to kind of grate the zest. As long as you don't get the white skin, the zest is terribly fragrant and really, really good. So then we cut this lemon in half, squeeze it in, and you probably need just a little over half a lemon for that amount. You want a good pinch of salt. You always do it to taste. A little bit more lemon juice. You want it to be quite tangy. Have another little taste. Nice. And then you just want to kind of like drizzle it just around the plate in little dollops. Just like that, quite higgledy-piggledy. Some nice cracked pepper. Smoked salmon and pepper, mate. They're like 2 peas in a pod. Finely slice this zest. And again, you get so much lemon flavour from this. Just sprinkle it over the top. And that is beautiful as it is, but what you can do is I've got some chives here, and the chives are quite nice, kind of crunchy, subtle onion sort of flavour, so I think just makes this. And that is one of the simplest things in the world, which I think is blooming lovely. Do you want to try a bit of pork?
Love to.
Because it should be ready now. Yeah, nice and firm. So look at that. We have a little bit of soy sauce, a little bit of spring onion, we have a little bit of coriander. Just rip that and sort of put that all over the gaff. And then what you do, sweetness, get yourself one of these little darlings, dunk it in the soy sauce. Nice, isn't it? We're all ready to go. Party time, mate.